Good morning, Jason. I actually have two different types of gloves today. I saw your message in my chat. These, which I'll show you what they're for in a minute, and my gloves for when I go outside. Good morning, good morning. You're early this morning. Well, not early. You're very, very much on time. Thanks for joining again. Good morning, good morning. While I wait for a few people to join in the live, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do from one of the peppers, well, a few of the peppers that I harvested yesterday. So just give me 1 second to get myself going this morning. How are you on this good morning? What state do you live in? Just wondering how you're up earlier than most. Good morning. Let's see, where is it? Okay. All right. I'm going to get started while a few people come in that I know I should be expecting this morning. Good morning. Good morning. So this morning I have some regular gloves. There's some peppers that I picked yesterday, so I'll show you. I don't know if you remember, I stepped on one, so I wanted to get seeds out of this Scotch bonnet, and I'm wearing gloves because it broke. So good morning, rich black man, present. Okay, so I have these black gloves on because I want to take seeds out of this Scotch bonnet plant, and I want to save them for next year because I decided that for the Scotch bonnet, the chicken eats and I'm debating on the purple reaper. I don't want to overwinter those plants. I may overwinter the purple reaper, but I'm just curious at this point what the seeds, how they're going to save over. So I have some little seed packets here that I bought years ago that I could use for saving seeds, and I'm going to write a label for them. So another thing that I like doing is I smell the pepper. So this one smells like, it's not like a sweet floral smell. This Scotch bonnet, seeds are popping like everywhere. And as you can see, there's a little seed there. It's no secret what pepper seeds look like. But the walls of the pepper fairly thin here. So I'm just going to just write down Scotch bonnet on here. And I'm going to use the tweezers that came out of the other packet that I got to take all the... No. I will not be eating any of these peppers this morning. Good morning, Gwen. How are you? Kind of nippy this morning. Brother, did you go for a walk or to the gym this morning yet? So, like I said, this one, it smells like a hot pepper. So, super fantastic. That's a great way to be on a football Sunday morning. All right, so yeah, this one is straight up smells like a hot pepper. So I'm just gonna use my finger and kind of like try to loosen up the seeds in here and just drop them on the table and put them in the... Hey Montana, how are you? Good morning. You're up early? Do you normally get up early? Or is this special treatment to make my brother jealous? Good morning. But if you're at the gym now? Okay. Good morning, Chanel. How are you? What I'm doing now is I'm just emptying out this Scotch bonnet pepper, taking the seeds out of it, and I'm going to put it in a, smelling it. Ooh, excuse me, everybody. Smelling it has my nostrils kind of flaring up a little bit. So it smells hot. So I don't want to mix up any of the seeds. So I'm going to make sure I get all the seeds. Let me bend I knew you would get jealous. So you see all these seeds here? I don't want to mix them in with any of the other seeds that I'm going to take out of these peppers. I probably shouldn't have smelled that pepper like that. I'm always doing stuff that I shouldn't do. But there are like, just think about it. So these are, I don't know if you can see it here. These are all the little seeds that came out of that Scotch bonnet pepper right there. So, but think about it in terms of, well, no, the reason why I was sneezing is not because it's cold. I was sneezing because I smelled that hot pepper and I probably shouldn't have. The Scotch bonnet, the yellow one, this one right here. It smells hot though. Here I go smelling it again. So, but it is kind of chilly today. It's in like the 50s. So yeah, but we had a really nice day yesterday. The nice days are sometimes very few and far in between. So I think I got it. All right. I'm just looking on the table to make sure I didn't. So here are some Scotch bonnet seeds. I may do a few more of them. I'm going to use the Scotch bonnet peppers that we picked yesterday to make some hot sauce. Probably today, depending on if the house is clear. So one of the peppers that I never grew before until this year, and I'm going to just give a huge shout out to Gwen that's in the chat this morning. She sometimes go to these nurseries, and if she sees a hot pepper plant, she'll pick it up for me because she knows I like hot pepper. So this particular pepper came from a chicken eats a plant that Gwen got for me. So thank you, Gwen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm just going to cut into it. I think this one, when I cut into it, is going to be kind of fragrant. It says when I looked it up that it's it's in the habanero pepper family. Yeah, so yeah, it's very misleading. So when they're floral, I get a little bit scared. So if you look inside of here, thank you for 15-minute lecture. Thank you, thank you. Where do you buy Scotch bonnet seeds? I didn't buy the seeds. I actually bought a plant. I'm just saving the seeds off of this pepper so that I could use them next year. So the seeds for the chicken eats are very much smaller. But Chanel, my brother's putting the eyeballs in theirs because you could probably also purchase the seeds from me. So we'll chat about it. Shoot me an email. So this one, it's kind of harder to get the, is there a different, what salt you mix with your water to put on your pepper plants? I just put I don't put salt water on my pepper plants. I just put water. Rich, can you take care of the spam and the Epsom salt? Oh, okay, okay. No, I've never used Epsom salt on my peppers. I heard that people do, but I haven't had a need. If you catch any of my streams, you'll see that my peppers grow wild without the Epsom salt. I think that it must be next year. I'm going to test the pH in my soil. And do you know how to remove it? Hold on. Special treatment, Montana. But yeah, I've never put Epsom salt in mine, but I heard that people do. No. I'm going to completely remove it myself. 1 second. Just give me 1 second, everybody. Okay, there we go. All right. So here we go. And for the chicken eats the peppers, the walls of it are fairly thicker. Smells very floral, which probably means it's hot. And the seeds are like very much smaller. So yeah, I don't know why I keep smelling it, but it's so floral that it's like, I'm not going to do what you want me to do, Richard. And I know you want me to try a piece of this pepper, but I don't have anything to take the heat down. And I can't be on stream crying this morning because I was out here trying hot peppers live on stream. So the seeds didn't just like fall out here, but here they go. I don't know if you can see it with these black gloves. So I'm going to dry them out, put them in a pepper pack, but I want to take them off of the membrane of the, so this like little white part, I think it's called like pith or something like that. So I'm taking the pith off of it. What I am going to do today is, okay, 15-minute. You tried peppers last year. I can't get super chats yet, brother. So 15-minute is saying he just found me. My pepper struggled and he tried it last year and they exploded. So I never had to try the Epsom salt thing. And I don't want my plants to get any bigger than what they are already. But if I ever have any trouble, that might be my go-to because so many people do it. So yeah, let me just throw this pith in the garbage. It's on my hands. Gotta make sure that I take these gloves off very carefully today. But you know what though, Rich? Sometimes I'm a risk taker and I actually might try that. I don't know why I can't see the chat fully. Oh, there it goes. It wasn't scrolling. That was a nice try though, Rich. I don't know why you joking around with me this morning. You know I'm not trying any hot peppers. So for this one, doing the same thing like before. I'm just going to put it in one of these little envelopes here. And welcome to, yeah, thank you, Rich, for welcoming the new viewer. 15-minute, what gardening zone are you in? What all do you grow in your garden? And do you have an in-ground garden or do you have a garden that is in containers or raised bed? Like what type of plants do you grow? Clearly you grow peppers, so. All right, so we have those in here. Probably have to take these out a little later, just let them sit out and dry out. So that's the chicken itza. And the last one, oh, smelling it got me all messed up this morning. The last one that I kind of want to take the seeds out of is this purple reaper. Because I got the purple reaper plant from the Pepper Joe's store. I saw it and so let me just show you something. I think this is called a stinger. And on the super hot peppers, some of them, like the reaper plants, have like a little stinger there. So, oh, and this one smells even more floral than the chicken itza. It's like I don't even know, but I can see why sometimes when kids are in the kitchen with their parents and they smell something and it smells good. So here's the inside of it. The pith is kind of thick on that one too. So just get these seeds out and then we'll get going with the day. What I want to do today is actually go out and plant more seeds in the garden. I'll show you guys some plants that I bought yesterday for a couple projects that I'm going to be working on. So I didn't want to just put seeds out in their gardens. I want to also start them off with some plants that are doing fairly well. So I was able to find a nursery in New Jersey that still had some of the fall greens that they want. So I'll show you some of those plants. And I bought some for myself too. So, you know, we know that my seedlings, some of them did not treat me right this year. This is the first year that my seedlings acted up basically all for the whole thing. So let me put that over to the side. So with the purple reaper, it starts off purple and then it turns like a green color over time. But here are those seeds. They look the same. Oh man, they smell so floral. You could use them as like air freshener if you didn't know any better. Like they smell really good. I might actually try to dehydrate some of these peppers too and grind it down. And for those who like hot stuff, they could like sprinkle it on their food. Now I wouldn't do it, but some people like hot stuff and they'll do it. So let me just get the envelope. And I got to make sure I discard of these gloves because I don't want anybody to pick them up by mistake. So purple, Reaper, put those seeds on the side. Chanel, what kind of, if you're still in the chat, what kind of like, other than the chicken itza or the habanero, what kind of seeds are you looking to source for next year for your pepper plants? All right. So I got all those labeled. What I want to do is I need like a little zippy lock bag to put these peppers in that I just, I'll put them in a, good morning, Dwight. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Do you have a garden? What zone are you in? What are you growing? Good morning. So I'm going to put them in one of these for now, just because I don't want anybody out here touching and making a mistake and putting something hot in their mouth or touching their eyes or anything like that. So I'll just put it over to the side here. All right, so let me carefully, very carefully take off these gloves and toss them right in the garbage because I'm not going to use them anymore and I don't want to, just make sure nothing is on my hands. So yesterday I showed you guys on stream that I bought this big thing of seeds, right? So I was going through and I realized I didn't really have time yesterday to plant out any seeds. So what I'm doing today is essentially, let me just clear this table a little bit, is I want to make different piles of, plant now, plant later. So I now take input from you guys. As I go through, I'm going to go through seed by seed packet again, show you what it looks like on the counter packet on the front of it. It doesn't really give you a great picture, but if you know what it is, you can let me know. So I'm going to also group them based off of what they are this morning. And then after we group them, I wore pants that had a lot of pockets this morning. After I group them, I'm going to go and pick out some that I know that I have space for. So I'll show you that I pulled up some plants in the garden yesterday, and I actually have space to put down more seeds. So I don't in particular want any onions, so I'm going to put that in a plant later pile. So this is scallion onions. I don't like scallions or onions, but sometimes I use them in cooking, but not going to use them this time. So the Texans hat is torn. I did that on purpose too. Rich, the Texans hat. And I was going to wear the other hat, but I didn't want to get it dirty. So I have spinach. I may grow some spinach, so I'm going to put it in front of me. Peas, I'm going to wait till the spring to plant. Is there another team in Texas? It is, but they don't matter, Gwen. That was a good one. I think Gwen is trolling you too. And you better leave her alone. Don't time her out or anything. Gwen has free reign in the chat, brother. Brussels sprouts, I'm not going to plant. I'm going to leave the Brussels sprouts for the best team in Texas is the Cowboys, Gwen. That is a false statement, brother. But we're not talking about the teams right now. So Brussels sprouts, I'm going to show you why I don't need these seeds this season. Plus, it's a little bit too late to be planting Brussels sprout seeds. So that's for next season. I'll put that over on the side. Italian parsley, I'm going to leave this out. I need to research to see whether or not I could put the parsley in like when it's about to get cold. I'm not really sure. If anybody in the chat knows, can parsley last over the winter? Like, can it take any frost, or can I put it in a planter? Let me know if you know the answer to that. If not, I'll just research it later. So I'm going to put that in the maybe pile. We have more onions, and then leeks, which is I think in the onion family. So we're going to put that over on the side. I'm not planting that. Kale, I'm going to put it in front of me because that's a leafy green. Kohlrabi, I have this before. I don't think I like kohlrabi, so I'm going to put this in a giveaway pile. Arugula, I don't eat a lot of arugula, but I heard it comes up fairly quickly. I think I'm going to plant it just because. So I'll put that in front of me. Broccoli rabe, I don't need to plant it. Also don't like broccoli rabe, so this goes in a giveaway pile. Cress, I don't. Oh, so I can grow the part. Yeah, I know I could grow it indoors. So I'll share like a a little thing about me. I don't like to grow the plants indoors. You know how sometimes when you grow plants indoors, they're like these little gnats, and like, yeah, you could put the little sticky traps, but I just don't like the flies indoors, so I don't grow plants indoors, not even like indoor plants, because I'm so afraid that they'll have some type of gnat thing going on with them, so I won't put any plants inside the house unless it's like a fake plant. But I'm trying to get over my fear of the little gnats, or just hope that I could grow a plant without gnats, because I kind of want to get myself one of those snake plants for inside the house. And no, Rich, it's not a snake or anything like that. It's just the name of a plant. So does anybody know what cress is? I'm going to put this in a pile over here. Since I don't know what it is, I'll research it for next year. I'll put the parsley over here for next year, for the spring. Endive, here you go. See, I'm inside the sun porch, so it can't be a snake on my sun porch, okay? Endive, I don't know what it is, but I don't think I would like it. So I'm going to put it in the giveaway pile. Oh, there's 2 different types of endive. What is endive? I don't know. Maybe I should put it in the research pile with the cress. So there's a viewer that was in my stream yesterday. I checked out her channel. And she has a very big yard, kind of jealous. And she said that there's a new pond by her, and they had a snake problem this year. When I tell you I'd have burnt that whole yard, because isn't that how you get rid of snakes? You like burn it, or mothballs. So mustards, I'm going to plant some more. I eat those. Yeah, so here's what I was really looking for, the lettuce. So this is iceberg lettuce. I think it's supposed to head. I don't think you're supposed to plant that in the fall, winter, so I'm going to sit that over for next year. Same with romaine. I'm going to sit that over for next year. I don't need this broccoli right now because I have broccoli, so I could put that over for next year. I'm looking for, here we go. So I already planted some cherry bell radishes. I could save that for next year, but there's these daikon white radish. I heard they're kind of spicy though, but I'm going to grow them, and then if I don't like them, I'll give them away. You trap them and keep them as a pet. No, sir. We won't be doing that, okay? So he says you trap snakes and keep them as pets. I don't think that's safe, okay? So daikon white radish, I think they're spicy. I'm going to grow them. If I don't like them, I'll just give them away. So I put that there. And then French breakfast radish, I'm going to plant and keep them. But I don't want to have my garden too filled with, so there's broccoli and cauliflower we'll save for next year. I bought a cauliflower plant to go in my garden. Hey Gwen, did you ever find your parsnips seeds and stuff? Did you ever plant them? So I have parsnip seeds here. I don't think I'm going to try. I think it takes too long to grow. So you started 2 to 3 weeks before you're like, oh, so I can. So I have parsnip seeds here. They say you start them direct sow, need 6+ hours of sunlight. Maybe I could try it. See that, Rich? You remind Chanel of her brother. So here we go. I'm going to try these parsnips. Gwen, I don't think I eat parsnips, so if they grow, we'll have a parsnip and I'll give them to you. I don't even know what this is. It says radicchio. I don't know. I'm going to research it, put it in the research pile with the cress. You use parsnips in soup? What kind of soup? Like you grind them down, or like they whole, like you cut them up like carrots? I don't know. So I was watching someone else's live stream yesterday, and they were kind of like talking about this mashi corn salad stuff. I'm not gonna grow these because I don't want to waste my chicken space. Look at me. You said chicken soup, and I'm talking about chicken space. I don't want to waste my garden space for something that I don't know exactly what it is yet. So I'm gonna put this corn salad stuff over in the research pile. Same thing with the Mizuna. I hear a lot of people talking about Mizuna. I feel like a lot of people use Mizuna as a cover crop just mainly to plant out in their garden until the next season, but it's also edible, so they eat it too. But I'm going to research this one for next season. So I have this Swiss chard here, and then there's thyme. Thyme is not a... I already have Swiss chard, but I don't have any in the actual garden. So I'll plant a little bit of it in the garden where I have space. Tender sweet, imperial. So I have 3 types of carrots. Here, I'm not going to plant these 3 because they're not the 3 types of carrots that you could plant in the wintertime and have them grow very fast. I know that about these 3 types of carrots, but if you stick around, maybe in a week or 2, you'll see a video drop about carrots that I am replanting in the garden. So I'll just give you a little heads up. Thanks to Rich Black Man in the channel, my moderator. He purchased these carrots. It has 10 different types of carrots, and it also has the type of carrots that I can grow and still get a fall-winter harvest. So I'm going to do a special video just for these carrots. I'm going to open it up the pack and then take them out in the garden, and I have a special way that I want to plant them, so stay tuned for that. Maybe in like next week or so I'll have this on my channel. So I'm not going to plant those carrots, but I am going to plant some carrots. So I'll put this over on the side until later today because I'm actually going to shoot that video later today. So chives, cabbage, and celery. These are all things that will take well, not the chives, right? So I think they grow fairly quick, and I think I have some wild chives growing in my garden this morning, but celery and cabbage I don't want to do. It's going to take them too long to grow. Put those in a pile. Chives, I don't even want the chives because I have so many of them, so I'm going to put that in the giveaway pile. Long day onions, I'll put that in the onion. And then more cabbages. I'm looking for, oh, here we go. So what I want to plant today, that's what the mystery funds bought, brother. That's what they did. So you remember that idea you had for me? I'm actually going to listen, and we're going to do the idea that you said. So you know that I have issues planting beets. I'm very, very determined to get some beets this year. So here's one of the beets. It's called a Chioggia beet. Gonna plant that today. And I think there's some, okay, here we go. So golden Detroit beets, gonna plant today. And then some Detroit red beets and some ruby queen beets. 4 different types of beets we're gonna put in the garden, okay? And they're gonna grow, okay? Would I be able to pull them in November? The carrots, no. Maybe some radishes or something. So we'll see. And lettuce. So I think I have radishes here, parsnips here. I'm going to plant more turnips, lettuce, and then I have 3 different types of lettuces. So I have oak leaf green, prize head, and butter crunch. These 3 lettuces I think I could grow. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get a planter to go inside, and I'm going to sit it on this table by this window here, and I'm actually going to bring that on the inside of the sun porch. So later on this week I'm going to buy another planter and put it on the sun porch to grow some on the inside, because I know some of the stuff is just not frost tolerant. I don't know what curled Treville is, so that's in the research pile. Sage is in the pile over here for next year. Watermelon, radish, I already planted these, so we'll save those for next year. So let's just go through, and I'll bend the camera down and show you some of the things. I'm not going to be able to put all of these out in the garden today with the amount of time that we have, but we're going to try our best here. So let me just take the camera and show you. Let me push this back. Let me show you what all we got going on here today. See if I could just move it over. There was one more pak choi, and I have that too. So let me just show you. Let me see here. All the seeds. So these are the ones that I'm going to try to get out in the garden this morning. So it's going to be a lot of different back and forth and work. I'm going to stick as many of them in my pocket. Clearly we have the giveaway pile right here, as well as the plant later and research pile. So there we go. But before I show you what I did, what we're going to do for the seeds, let me just show you some of the plants that I was able to source at a local nursery. Well, not local to me. It's about a half an hour to 45 minutes away, but it was on my way to another place that I was going yesterday. So check this out. These are, I have like Georgia Southern collards. I have kale over here. I have a lot of collards over here, some pak choi. I even bought some Brussels sprouts down here. The smaller ones are like Brussels sprouts. I did come out and water this morning. So that's what we're doing with that. But yeah, so I have seeds that I am going to plant, and I'm trying to plant as many seeds as I can. The live plants are for when I move out and I will start overwintering when I start overwintering the pepper plants, I need something to replace where the pepper plants are. So I actually started plants because clearly I don't want to drop any seeds. They're not going to get any sunlight. You know, those pepper plants are like growing wild in there. So I think the one thing, I'm going to start planting what I don't have in the garden already. So we know that I don't have any beets, so I can put those in my pocket. And I probably should do the labels before I even go out in the garden. So I may sit here and do that. And I'll put the beets over where the cucumbers and stuff were. So at least I'll know what space they're going in. What else don't I have? I have some radishes already. So on the inside of the enclosure, I'm going to put the parsnips and the radishes that look like they grow pretty long. So we have these here. Put these in my pocket. So this is a lot of seeds already that we got to plant. And I'm almost tempted to wait for the lettuce until I get my inside planter that I'm going to put next to the window, because I do want to grow it on the inside. So we have a fireplace in here, but it also gets very, very warm in the day, so I'm not worried about them germinating or anything like that. And there is plenty of sunlight that comes in here during the daytime. So I'm going to wait with these lettuces. The bok choy I bought as a plant, so I don't need to plant those. I could just sit them over. I'm just trying to figure out what all I'm going to plant with you guys this morning. You can ask any questions. Oh, so if you're new to the channel, I forgot to do my spiel. If you're new to the channel, before we go outside, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn your notifications on so you can see when I go live and you can see all the things that I do in my garden. If you like any of the content or you have any questions, drop a comment on any of the videos and anything like that. And make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Costs nothing. It's free to hit the thumbs up button. So make sure you do that for me this morning. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the content. Please interact with me. I love it when people ask questions and things like that. So, so I have my marker here. Oh, okay. So I have a planter, which I'm going to do an unboxing for a little bit later. I have a planter that I'm going to put on the sun porch. If it has wheels, I'll put the parsley and some other herbs inside of it, along with some other things that I want to grow. One of them is specifically going to be for my strawberries, but maybe I'll put that in the planter, the parsley. What other herbs do you grow indoors during the wintertime? Let me know, Chanel, let me know. So yeah, we're going to do the beets first, I think. I think I said that already. So beets first, and we will definitely go in beets, parsnips, radishes. I'm going to put the parsnips inside the... See, I don't know if you notice, when I look out, basil... Oh, I'm definitely not growing any. Oh, have you seen the mint that I've grown? Maybe I'll take you around the side of the house to see the mint. I can't take any more mint here. Basil, I may do. I may do basil. So when I pause and I look over to the side, it's because I see a squirrel running through the garden. And sometimes they stop, dig, and they see if I'm watching. If I'm not watching, they'll keep digging. But I had a neighbor a couple years ago, 2 houses down, he grew peanuts and they moved. So I think they grow the peanut, they go and they dig up the peanuts out of the old garden, because I think they must still be coming on. And then they bring the peanuts over here, they dig, and they've been burying peanuts and stuff in my garden. Mint lemonade is the best. I'm going to take your word for it. but the amount of mint that I have here is insane. I'll take you around to see the mint in a little bit. So I have seeds, I have marker. Let's grab some labels here. Some of the labels I wrote on them before. No, all these are clear. So take some of these labels, seeds, use my little seed planter tool. I don't know the official, matter of fact, the official name for this, because they sent me another one, it's called a seed dibbler tool. I like that name. So they sent me, so now I have a green one and I have a white one, because the seed company, they, hello again, Chrissy Jones. I don't know if that's your real name. I think Chrissy Jones has another name. But good morning. How are you? Thank you for joining the live stream this morning. So we're going to go out right now. And here we go. We're going to go out. Yeah, that's what I thought, Delilah. I was like, I know she has a different name. Squirrels are terrorists. I'm 100% agreeing with you. Another thing that we have to do this morning, so I'm going to grab my shears. Good afternoon, Clinton. Welcome back. Welcome back. Clinton is in Africa, you guys. So welcome back all the way from Africa. It should be about what? Close to 1400 your time, give or take, because we're streaming around the same time as yesterday. So welcome back. Welcome back. I see all the hearts and reactions. Thank everybody for all of that. Make sure if you're new to the channel, you just hit the like button and make sure you subscribe. You don't know what to do about. So, all right, I need to grab the scissors because I want to cut the string while I'm out there. Oh, okay, got it. So, all right, let's go and, all right, let's go out and start planting out some of this stuff. You'll see that yesterday I pulled out the carrots and the squash plant, so they are gone. But let me just show you what it looks like now. And I put some fertilizer down yesterday too. All right, here we go. So you see last week when I planted these mustards, they're doing good. This is where I'm gonna put some of the other plants here. So yesterday the squash and cucumbers were out here. As you can see, they are gone. And I have to cut down this string. So did I bring my scissors with me? I don't know. I'll cut down the string later because I don't think I brought the scissors outside. So let's switch around. And where are my gloves? Okay, got my gloves here. Let me sit you down because I don't want to drop. I don't have any animals, thank God. I don't need another thing to take care of. My work hours are kind of crazy sometimes, so I don't want to have an animal. We have a fish. I don't know if you consider that an animal. And there are a lot of, my next door neighbor has cats that live in his yard, but they don't mess with the squirrels at all out here. There was dirt in my gloves. That's why I'm patting the top of them. There was dirt in the tips. Get the dirt out. All right. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use my little hand rake to loosen up the soil a little bit. And then out here, I think I said I wanted to put the beets, I think. Yeah, because these radishes grow pretty long. You got 66, wow, that's a lot of animals. So I'm going to plant out these beets on this side. But because I have issues planting beets, I'm really just try to plant one row of each on the outside to limit the space, because if they don't grow, I don't want to feel like I wasted the space on planting these beets. So I've tried to grow beets. This is going to be my fourth year trying beets, and I'm just not successful. So some gardeners, they have Yes, 4 years in a row. I can grow the tops of them, like all the leaves, but the actual root portion, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know if I'm not watering it enough. I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm gonna go in, plant one row of each, maybe two, and see how we're gonna go. So where's my marker? Oh, I do have my scissors. So before I do that, because I just don't want to have to do it. 4th year's a charm. Oh, wow. So let's see. I'll put you here and I'll kind of talk to you, but I just want to cut this string without stepping in the garden. I want to cut this string down because this is what I had. This is what I had the cucumbers on. So I can replace the string next year, but the reason why I'm doing it is because I want to be able to get back and forth without going behind. So just cut this string. There's like my effort at a homemade trellis, which it did work for the most part. Why is this not coming loose? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, cut this string off. Should just like, okay. All right. All right. So now I can walk back and forth. You're the best. I believe you. There are a lot of bests out there. Okay. So now I'm going to use my hand rake. I'll bring you with me. Let me bring the beets with me. Use my hand rake here. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. So, okay. So here I'm just going to use my hand rake here. Move the tomatoes that have fallen in the soil. Move them over. And the only reason why I'm loosening up the soil is because I want to make sure that it's loose enough to where when the roots do come in, they don't struggle going down. So I'm also picking out some weeds while I'm down here. Okay. All right. So loosen up the soil. We know that the soil is fairly rich because this is where you love the trampoline, so does my kid. I'm gonna just borrow some soil from over here because I know that I refreshed the soil over here. All right. And I'll come in after I have planted most of it and water everything in at the end. So does anybody have a beet that they like in particular? Like which beet is better? I had a person that tells me, I see your wave, Delilah. Does anybody have any beet that they think is better than the other? A lot of people eat the Detroit red beet, but someone told me that they like the golden beets better. So that I could put in, this is crazy. Where's my marker? Not in all these pockets I have and I can't find my marker. Give me 1 second. All right. So I got my marker here. Yeah, everybody has their likes. I got my marker here, and just go ahead. What I'm gonna do is put the labels and then put the seeds, because I just find like it's easier. It's easier to put the beets down when I know exactly where they're supposed to go. So I'm gonna put them down here. So I don't think it's too late to plant beets, Chanel. Let me look at the back of one of these seed packets. So most people plant them in the spring, but you could plant them in the fall. Plant 2 to 3 seeds per cell, a ½ inch deep. Da 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 da. We're gonna try it, okay? It's a 55-day harvest, so if you count back, 55 days or count forward 55 days, it depends on when your first frost comes. So we're gonna hope that I can do it. No, Delilah, I don't remember where you're from. You want to tell me? All right, so we have the Ruby Queen beets. I'm gonna do 1 row of the Ruby Queen. And then put that in there. Like I said, 1 row, because we don't want to. And then I have what garden zone? Let's talk in garden zones. Don't put your actual address in the chat. We don't know how the internet is. So we put these beets down here. And then Golden Detroit. And then 1 row for, and what I did research is I'm gonna give them some space to grow. And Detroit Red. All right, so okay, good job, Chanel. Delilah, your phone's about to die. Thanks for joining the stream. Maybe I'll see you next time. All right, so let's give this a try. Like I said, I'm gonna plant 1 row of each, right? Put my gloves on. Well, I only really need 1 glove to cover the soil, so put the glove that I use, my dominant hand. Actually, let's put the holes in first. So I'm gonna give them some shoulder room. We know that we're only supposed to, good morning, Vanessa, good morning. Okay, and then gonna put these holes down here for these beets right next to the mustards. So put the Ruby Queens in first. And just to make sure we have germination, I'm planting it, and then I'm also putting the holes at least about 1 inch apart. Good morning, Kenneth. Let's see, like I said, 1 row of each. Don't do her like that, Rich. Don't do her like that. Delilah, if you are still chatting, I am still here. I'm just saying that because if your phone dies, I wanted to be able to say goodbye. So, I don't know. Once this is covered and watered in, we're going to hope for some good beets to come this year. My soil is so loose here that I'm scared that if a 10, don't put your age in the chat, please. We don't know what kind of people. Thank you, Rich. Thank you. All right. So we just here I'm just using this tool here. I'll bend it down so that you can all see. So Rich, make sure you're paying attention because I can't see when I do this. So I'll show you. Oh, you didn't have to hide her. It's all good. So what I'm doing here is I'm essentially just putting the holes in for these beets, like a 1/2 inch. I'm gonna drop in about 2 to 3 seeds. Like I said, I hate planting one seed, it don't come up, and then you like wasted time and space. So put these holes in real quick, 1 row of each. So ruby queen over here, golden, and then the dark red. Put it here. All right, almost done. We could just get down to business. I may actually turn the water hose on so I could do it as I go too. Water everything so that once I'm done, I'm done. Go back. All right. So if I go, let's see, here. What is wrong with this camera this morning? All right. So I'll show you what the beet seeds look like. Is it sealed? Okay, it's sealed upside down. I thought I was going crazy for a minute. I don't really want to tear it because I'm not going to use all the seeds and I want to go back and use them again. Okay. Man, they got these things sealed tight. All right. So you'll see that the beet seeds, they're like made in clusters here. So I'm going to just put 2 in each of these holes that I put for the beet seeds. So hopefully they have a good germination rate. 2 in each. Need to get a little bit more. Just do 1 more here. So that's these ones. And then I don't like that they sealed them upside down like this. No, I don't think it's too late for Swiss chard either. It actually germinates very fast. So Chanel is asking, is it too late for Swiss chard? I don't think so. I have some Swiss chard growing over in a pot that I planted. I just have to thin it out, so I haven't gotten to that. Maybe if I have time today on live stream, I'll go through and I'll start thinning out some of the plants that I planted before, because they do need to be thinned out, especially the greens. They're actually growing very well. Oh, I made a mistake and put a 3rd one in there. It's okay. It's a bee over here. I don't want to get stung. 2 in each hole. I think this was a hole. 2, 2, 2, and 2, and 2. Need some more. Two, and I think one of them slid away, so I put an extra one there. So we got these in here. No problem, Chanel. No problem at all. And then come in here. The bees are aggressive out here, Rich. I'm just like keeping an eye because there's a marigold plant right over there and the bees are surrounding that. So I'm like, I keep looking up because I see it over there and I don't really want it to come over here and try to sting me. But I feel like as long as you don't mess with the bees, they won't mess with you. They just out here trying to do their job. But if it gets too close, you do notice that I do back up. So golden Detroit beets we're gonna put in. All right. All right. Put too many of these in my hand. All right, so we got the Detroit dark red beets we're gonna put in. All right, so we're almost done with the beets. I'm gonna cover them over. Maybe I'll turn on the water and just get this part watered in. Let's see, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so we have all the seeds in, but I'm gonna go back and kind of, for these holes over here, because the soil is very loose and it has a little bit of sticks in, I'm just gonna poke my finger to make sure that the seeds actually go down. And now I can just cover them all over and sit these seed packets on the side. So hopefully this is not wasted garden space here, because like I said, I have issues with beets and I'm planting them in what I call one of my prime spaces out here. So hopefully it treats me good this year. Cover these. All right, so we got all the beets planted in right here. Eventually when I pull out this tomato plant here, I'm gonna put another, probably another leafy green. Here we go with the bees. Leave me alone, bee. I'm not messing with you. All right, so I know that this is my last row, so when I start back, I could just pretty much go here and over. Once this plant comes out, which I'm hoping I'm gonna just bite the bullet and probably take it down sometime this week. But it still has a lot of tomatoes that I need to get off of it, especially at the top. So we got our beets in. Now it's time to go into the garden enclosure. There are a lot of bees in there, so we'll see. And I'll take my basket because while I'm in there, I'll more than likely have to pick more peppers like I did yesterday. So get both of my gloves. And then now we could go in and plant. Before we go into there, let me just thin out a few of these so I can show Chanel how, where are the scissors? Let me just show you guys how my, I don't know if I showed you yesterday, but I also have to come out here and spray. There are bees over here too, my God. All right, so let's check this out. Take off this glove here. All right, so remember at the top of the month or the end of last month, I planted in these fall things and I planted like 3 seeds in a hole. I now have to come in here and thin it out. But what I think, instead of thinning some of them out, I'm gonna try to lift them out by the root and plant them somewhere else in the garden. So this cabbage right here, both of these are pretty healthy. So I'm gonna leave probably this one in the pot. And I wanna see if I can maybe lift this one out and plant it somewhere else in the yard, because this is very, very healthy seedling here. So, and then Chanel, you were asking about Swiss chard. Here is my Swiss chard that I did right here. And I probably need to go in and thin this out. So I'm not gonna move any of this. I'm essentially just going to kind of like just clip things so that the individual plants have space to grow. And then over here I have the collards and they have to be thinned out. So some of them I'm gonna try to lift to different locations, and some of it I'm gonna just pretty much try to just snip it out because the roots are so close together that if I try to lift it out, I'm probably gonna damage another one. So yeah. And back there is my basil and hibiscus. I actually need to water the hibiscus because when it doesn't get enough water, it starts drooping and gets very sad on me and the wind will blow it over. So that's what we have. But since I'm out here, I'm gonna thin out, let me just try to thin out some of these greens here. All right. Let me get the glove. I don't really need the gloves to thin out. So for the Swiss chard, I'm essentially just looking for, let me move this one over. I'm not going to thin this one at all. Separate it so everybody can see kind of like what I'm doing here is, yeah, it does look like beets, but the reason why I know it's beets is because I actually did put a label on it this time. So I have beets in a container over there that another streamer was telling me about. So I'm gonna come in here, any of the Swiss chard that doesn't look like it's on the bigger or healthier side, I'm gonna clip out. So I don't even know. So this one looks like something was eating on it, so I'm gonna clip it out, right? There's two here. It's a big one and a small one, so I'm gonna clip the small one out, let the big one grow. This one looks like something was eating on it. Then there's a small one. I don't know. It's kind of crazy picking and choosing which one lives and dies. Now I'm starting to sound like my boy Steve from Project Nazon when he don't want to kill his stuff or like thin it out. So I'm gonna cut these two. And I also feel like they're a bit leggy because they were all in the same pot. So that's a gardening thing that I know that I won't do again. I'm not going to put as many Swiss chard seeds in these pots. But I think the reason why I did it was because the seeds were old and I wasn't sure were going to germinate. So now here we go, out here killing plants and clipping them. So let's see, this one is a big one. It has some growing beside it. Let me clip out this thin one here. Pretty short. And there's another one right beside it. I'm going to clip it out. And notice that I'm clipping and not pulling, because if you pull them out, then there's a chance that you're going to pull some of the other ones out. So yeah, I don't pull them out. I'm just clipping them out. All right, so I'm going to clip these three. So some people use them as microgreens too. I don't really have a taste for salad today, so I'm not going to do that. So I heard something rich. Yes, I did. And I looked up very fast because, you know, I don't play with these strange, because there are skunks out here too. They don't really come out during the daytime, but between the squirrels and all the birds and everything that you guys hear, I don't really mess with animals like that. So I'm like jumpy because I heard something. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just a bird in the neighbor's yard next door. I don't know. But I am a little jumpy this morning. Yeah, it's these birds over here. That's when you laugh all you want to. You be out here jumping too. Clip this one out. And clip this one. All right. All right. Not you laughing too, Chanel. Yeah, I'm jumpy. I'm real jumpy. I don't like for anything to sneak up on me. All right. So, as you can see, I have a handful of seedlings. I had to listen. Don't judge, okay? Don't judge. Snip this one over here. So I'm trying to give each of the Swiss chard their own chance to grow. So it was a whole lot more full. You see, I clipped a lot of, but it's still a lot in here. I just want to see. You had a, what? What town was that in? So I know not to go there. There was a bear in a Family Dollar. My brother liked bears. He think they friendly. He thinks that bears are friendly. All right. So here is I'm pretty sure this is, oh no, this is Georgia Southern Collards. So I have Georgia Southern Collards here. And something is out here eating them. I'm checking under the leaves to see if I can see anything. All right. So here's one of the seedlings. I just plucked it. Even though I said not to do that, I did it. You gonna make a hiking video? No, thank you. So I want to leave 3 pretty decent sized plants. Even though something is eating on one of these, I'm gonna leave it because it's the biggest. So now I have thinned down this pot to have 3 different Georgia Southern collard green plants in it. I don't have to thin this one anymore. It's completely done. Now I just need to focus on watering it and feeding it. And when I say feeding it, it just means that at some point I'm going to come out here with some liquid fertilizer and fertilize these plants, well, these pots that have greens in it, because you know potting soil has organic matter in it. But even though it has organic matter, you still want to make sure you feed it, especially being that we planted it so late in the season. We want to make sure it's able to thrive. These 3 collard green plants look pretty good in this pot already, and yeah, we want to just keep them looking good. In this pot, let me just scoot this one over. I'm going to use this rock as, there's a rock up underneath, as my way of showing you guys. Let's see if I could do this. It might be a little bit easier for you to see. All right, so that's a little bit better. My scissors dropped. All right, so here are Bates collards, different type of collard green, but still a collard green. There are 3, so I planted 3 seeds in each hole. One of them looks like it's being eaten by something, so I'm checking up underneath the leaves to see what I can see. Oh, you're not going to be able to see it very good, but I just had to unalive this thing right here. I'm going to put it real close. You probably can't really see it, but you look, you see that this little thing right here? That was like a little green worm. And I used the scissors and I unalived it. And that's what was in this pot eating. That's why there are little holes in this leaf. It was about to have Thanksgiving over here. So let me just go in and check the rest under the leaves. So make sure with your seedlings, you're checking under the leaves. And I'm just gonna leave the healthiest one in here. Let me clip it. And what I'm also gonna do is go in, mix in some of my mix in some of my organic stuff, whether it's neem oil or BT, and come out here and spray this plant. So there are 3 in here, and 3 of them look very healthy. I'm not sure which one to clip out. So a 3-gallon bucket, are you just planting the That's the best way I know to say it, Gwen. So Chanel is asking, she has a 2-gallon bucket from Lowe's. Can you plant Swiss chard in there? Yeah. Does your bucket have holes in it already? Make sure you have enough holes so that it doesn't drown your plant. And honestly, just plant maybe like 4 to 5 seeds and then go in and thin it out. If you're lucky and they're far enough apart, maybe you can have 2 Swiss chard plants that grow inside of the bucket. You can thin it out, and if you're eating it for the leaves, you could just, you know, pick the leaves, because that's what I do with my collard greens and like a lot of my other leafy greens. I don't actually pull out the whole plant. I just trim the leaves from the bottom and eat those as they come on. So yeah. Gwen, you like my unalived. All right, so this one looks good. This one is a struggle bus seedling, so I'm gonna just clip it out very carefully so that I don't damage the other plants or snip the other one by mistake, which I almost did just now. See, a little white bug landed on my finger. I'm gonna unalive it too, because we don't like white bugs. Yeah, you could, so that's one. I'm gonna use my fingers and just pinch this very tiny one out. That's 2. Now I'm trying to decide which one is gonna stay. This one, or can I even somehow, you know what? This one has dead leaves on it. It made the choice for me. So even though it looks very healthy and everything, You see the leaves at the bottom and stuff, they were dying. So I clipped this one out and I left this one, right? So let's just go around to the other ones. This one's struggle bus lean. This one's standing straight up. This one's standing straight up. This one has dead stuff on it. So that's pretty much I'm pretty much keeping the healthiest. You're welcome, Chanel. I'm trying to keep the healthiest plants in here. What I may do is just leave 2, and then in another week come back and check them again to see which one is the healthiest. So this one had a struggle bus lean. I'm going to take that out. So these collard plants are thinned out. I'm going to sit it over on the side. These collard plants are thinned out. For this cabbage right here, I want to kind of keep both of them. I'm going to give them another week to see which one grows the biggest first. And I'm going to leave that one where it is. So, yeah. I need to thin out my pak choi over here. But what I'm going to do is spray that first because I see a lot of flies around it. I don't really like flies in the garden. But let me bring over let me just scoot over a little bit. I don't like to move the pots too much because then, all right. So here is another cabbage, right? So this blue pot right here has several cabbages in it. I must have, let me wait for the plane to go by. All right. So I think the reason why I put so many in here is because maybe the seeds were old. So maybe, but I know that this one has some holes in it, which means that something's in there having Thanksgiving. I'm checking under the leaves to see if I see anything. Not on that one. This one is leaning. This one, I think they're leaning because they were like on top of each other though. I kind of don't want to cut all of these out. I'm gonna cut this one out just because it's dead center in the middle and I feel like it's making the other plants lean. So I'm gonna leave 3 plants in here for now. And then the next week, I'm gonna come out and pretty much thin it down to 1. Maybe see if I could pick one out of here and relocate it somewhere else. Oh, thank you, thank you. The basil back here, it's been through some things. I'm gonna cut this off because it's leaning. Something probably fell on it. So, yeah, my basil's doing pretty good. I have a video dropping soon. I made some basil oil, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, it smells good. I'm gonna put it in my harvest basket over there in a minute. And so that's enough of the thinning out over here. And then you're right, the Swiss chard does look like beets, so check out those. Those are beets that we put in a pot like a month ago. What is that over there? I thought I saw a bug in there. I was about to just stomp on it. What is that? I don't know. So let me just toss this basil so I could take it inside. All right, so now we can go inside the garden enclosure. Let me grab my other glove. And inside the garden enclosure, I don't know if you remember or if you were live streaming with me last week? I planted some rutabagas and they never came up, not one seed. And I put it in there fairly thick. So rather than waiting, because I'm patient but not that patient, rather than waiting, I'm just gonna plant something else in there. And yeah, so just sit my basket down. Y'all see I'm in the pepper forest. Texas better win today. I'm all in too. Hello, Reebok. If you're new to the stream, make sure you go in, you drop a like, subscribe, all the things this morning. All right, so before I even start planning these things out, got my labels and my marker, but y'all know what I forgot? The seeds, okay? So let me go back Let me grab these seeds. I'll be right back. Check out all the stuff out here. Okay. All right. So here we go. And I got my labels, my marker, gloves, and then I have my little tool to plant them in. But before I plant, let me just show y'all the difference between how I know when something's gonna come up versus not, and why I'm not gonna waste my time is, check this out. So remember last week I planted the purple top turnips and I spaced them out pretty good here, and they germinated. They're coming up very good. And then look at this, check it out. This is where I planted, these are weeds, they're not seedlings at all. So this is where I planted the rutabaga, and not a thing is coming up. So rather than continuing to wait, I'm just gonna plant something else here, because why waste time? Time is very precious. I'll do a little in the back seats. I'm in the pepper jungle this morning. You see all the peppers back there up top. This is my Carolina purple reaper up top. Over here is the other reaper that's full of peppers, a bell pepper back there. I'm hoping that they start to turn red soon. So over on this side, we have all the ghost and dragon's breath and all the things over here. The branch broke on this one, so I could pull it off. There's a green one on here. I'll keep it. Just throw that, toss that in my basket over here. All right, so here we go. Okay. All right. First things first is I'm gonna loosen up the soil a little bit. Loosen up the soil. I just had to take out those weeds because it was bothering me. So out here we're gonna plant more radishes. I'm gonna remove this rutabaga label. Remove some weeds that are in here. And just use this section, because we know that this soil in here is very loose because I grew carrots where the purple top turnips are. Oh, good morning, foraging. Happy growing to you too. Good morning, good morning. All right, so the first thing we're gonna plant out here are the you know what? If you like spicy food, try it. Um, it's not for everybody. And to be fully transparent, when I made that hot sauce where the video is, if I had a bigger kitchen and better ventilation, it probably wouldn't have had that effect on me. So all I can say is try it for yourself. And maybe your heat tolerance is better than mine. But you know that if you heat those level of hot peppers without a mask, it's essentially the same as like pepper spraying yourself. So will it make you want to cry? maybe, I'm not sure. So let me just, where's my gloves? Let me put the gloves on, and I'm gonna just pretty much try to level out the soil with my hands here. I'm looking down at these turnips. Once they start to get like the second and fourth set of leaves, I have to come out here and thin them out fairly quickly. So lean in here, and I have never grown parsnips before, so that's the one thing I'm gonna plant first. And rather than using this little tool here, I'm just gonna do like a row with my hand and kind of, no. My brother's saying I should do a demonstration and eat one. So no, I'm not gonna do that. But if everybody has their notifications on. Not this weekend, but next weekend. I do have a friend that's coming over, and she's going to try each pepper that I have from the mildest to the hottest. She's going to do it on camera, and I am going to post, I'm going to post a video of her trying them and her reactions, and that'll give everyone a good gauge as to what you should and should not eat in terms of raw hot pepper. So foraging, I like your regimented turnip spacing. I messed that one up with my turnip greens. So foraging, I learned this by trial and error, and the first time I did it, my spacing was jacked up. And for turnips, because they're root veggies and they're like round balls, they like a little shoulder room, and so that's why I have them spaced out like this. But because it's spaced out like this, I couldn't really plant a whole bunch in one area, so I'm just gonna do spacing like this in different sections of my garden, so that I can have a lot of different turnips out in the garden. So yeah, thank you, Vanessa. Rich is a mess out here trying to get me to try some hot peppers. You know, I tried it though, Rich. Yesterday I tried to ask Vanessa if she wanted to try one of the peppers, and I record her, and she was just like, no. But Vanessa, if you could tell them in the chat how spicy some of this stuff is, you're a better gauge because you eat spicy stuff. So give them an example of maybe what you eat it in, and I'll read it so everybody can hear it, just in case they don't turn on their chat when they do the replay. So yeah, so I'm just gonna do lines with my fingers. I'm gonna plant 2 rows of parsnips here, and I'm gonna line it up with just 2 lines here. And I think parsnips get fairly big, so I'm not gonna like toss a lot of them in there. I'm actually gonna, where are the parsnips? Let me do a label for it first. So we know that Gwen makes parsnips in soup. Does anybody else eat parsnips? And if you do, what do you eat it in? So I have my label here, and I'm just gonna put it on the end so I know where they end at. Okay. I think the parsnip seeds are gonna pretty much look like, I think they're gonna look like carrot seeds. Like I said, I never grew, I'm sorry, this is bothering me. There's a yellow leaf in here, and it's like dead, so I just had to grab it. It was bothering me. So I'm just making sure there are no seeds at the top when I open it. Well, Fortune says, tell me what I know about, oh, the seeds don't look like carrot seeds actually. And because I didn't know that, I don't know anything about parsnips. I'm only growing it because I've never done it before. I like to grow new things, and parsnips is going to be one of them. But let me just show y'all the seeds for these parsnips. They don't look like carrot seeds at all. They're like these long, flat things. Let me read the back of this envelope here. It says, start inside 2 to 3 weeks, direct sow, half a deep inch. But how far apart are you supposed to? I know they get big. Look, Fortune, I'll do some updates on these parsley seeds. Maybe I should make my little trench here a little bit bigger. I don't know. This is gonna be a trial and error thing here today. Gwen, have you actually grown parsnips before? If you're in the chat, I know that you wanted to, but I don't know if you actually did it. So yeah, they're like little flat seeds. I've never, okay, learn something new every day. All right, so I'm just gonna put them in. I'll show you how I'm putting them in a second. I'm gonna have to go Google it later to see if I did it right. I don't want to have to come out here and replant this, but I might have to. We gonna see today. Let me just put them down here Sounds like yeah, it might be a spotlight. Um, so I'm gonna put these parsnips in here. Uh, Rich, that's actually a great idea. I'm gonna start one indoor a little bit later. Grab a few more of these parsnip seeds. Because I didn't make it all the way to the end. And I'm more than likely gonna have to come out here and thin it out. This is crazy. So let me show you, because the seeds are fairly big, you'll be able to see how I put them in there. This is trial and error. I've never grown parsnips before, 100% transparent about this, but check out what I did. Parsnip puree, maybe we'll try that, foraging. So if you said, I'll go pretty close in. You see the seeds here? I tried to plant them pretty far apart, and I put them in trenches, as you can see. So now I'm just gonna cover up the trenches. I'm only doing 2 rows of it, all the way down to the end there. So yeah, we're gonna see. I'm just gonna cover it in now. Like I said, at the end of the, before I go inside today, I'm gonna go in and water it in. So yeah, we might can make some parsnip puree together, but that was actually a shock for me. I did not expect the parsnip seeds to look like that. So these are the, okay, it says it should be 250 seeds in here. So God, that actually threw me for a loop a little bit. I did not know they were gonna look like that. Let me just toss in my glove here and cover these in. And then in a week or two, I'm gonna come out here and check to see if they germinated. And I'll probably just keep doing videos, and then I'll just include them all in one video as the parsnips are growing, even if I have to thin them out. Because I'm like, wait a minute. I thought they were gonna look like carrot seeds because, you know, an actual parsnip looks just like a very much a longer carrot. Well, you learn something new every day. All right, so we got those in there. Good connection with the soil, labeled in. That's a win. The one thing that I know I'm not about to be surprised about are these radishes that I'm gonna put beside it. I kind of want to trim down uh, this reaper plant. It's like in my way. Um, Chanel says my family thinks that my spicy taste buds are dead because I make everything spicy. But if I am being honest, the name Reaper scares me. I, I feel like they're gonna make me cry. You never know. If you have a high spice tolerance, try it. So, chat. I sent Chanel some purple Reapers, and I can't wait to hear. Maybe in one of the streams, she can tell us what she thought, along with some of the other hot peppers that I have out here, because I just have a ton of them. Yesterday, I picked over 200 peppers, and everybody just kept saying, I don't understand how, for people who say that it tastes pretty good. And so, and I actually, I just like the way it looks as well. I just didn't think it was going to do that this year. All right, so let me just move the camera this way. I'm going to not sit it on top of my plants here, but on this side, I'm going to, there we go, bend down the camera. And on this side, I'm going to put more radishes. So, you know, I have radishes out in the garden itself. They're coming up very good. I have the cherry bells and all that stuff, but I'm gonna just use this, and I may do 2 and 2. How many radishes do I have here? So I'm putting the radishes that look like they grow longer in here, because I know that this soil in here is rich and it's very loose. So when you grow root vegetables, you want to make sure that the soil's pretty loose. I don't know who that bird out there is arguing with, but it is loud as heck. So where's my marker? Here it is. This is the daikon white radish. Let me just write a label for it before I do it. Maybe I'll just do 1 row and then another row for the other one, like I did the beets. it's probably easier. So Daikon, daikon white. I can't write today. The weather is so nice today. It's like not over hot, but it's not cold either. So just put this label here, and I'm spacing them just so that they don't end up growing on top of each other, because I don't know what the leaf is going to look like on it. So I don't want the leaf to overshadow the other plants. So that's why I put it over on the side. I'm going to use my little tool here, put some holes for the radishes, and space them out pretty deep. Well, space them at least an inch or so apart. Like I said, some of this is like trial and error, and I don't want to plant something. I plant it and then I figure out I don't like it, and then I have too much of it, because then what am I going to do with it? All right, put the holes in here. Fortune, do you grow radishes? If so, which radishes do you grow? If you're still in the chat. This is my first year actually like going all in on radishes, and it's mainly because I tried the watermelon radish and I like that one. So I'm figuring like, let me just try different types of them, because the way I like to see it is a radish is like a substitute for the cucumber in the wintertime in terms of going inside. Radish seeds looks like, they look like radish seeds, and this is how they look. So here we go. I'm gonna put 2 in each, because I don't want to have to, maybe 3 in each, because I don't want to have wasted my time. 2, 3. I'll thin it out later if all 3 propagate or germinate. 1, 2, 3. Third one there. 1, 2, 3. Just need a little bit more. All right, did I put some in that hole? 2, 3 in this one, and then 3 in this one. Put the other one back in here. And I'm gonna cover these in. Where's my glove? Again, if you're new to the channel, just make sure you go in and drop a like and subscribe. So we got the daikon white radishes in. It's a longer taproot type of radish. And then we're gonna do the French breakfast radishes now. Gonna put them right beside the daikon. Let's see, French breakfast. So I could put that over. Okay. You hear the chimes? You know why they're blowing? Because the top of this reaper plant is hitting it. So let me just use this. Move the camera back some more so I can really get in there. All right, that might be better. Nope, here. So, all right. So get my French breakfast in. Like I said, I'm gonna use them as a cucumber substitute. Spacing them about 1 inch apart, because they have the longer taproot. And here we go. And I gotta make sure I come in here and water, because as I'm doing my little dibbler thing, yes, Rich, before you ask, I did hear a noise, and that's why I lifted my head like that. I heard a noise. Okay, so we expect these to look the same as the other seeds. And As you can see, looks like radish seeds. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just go in here and 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. All right. So animals, some animals are friendly, some are not. I just don't like messing with animals, Rich. So I'm not using my glove this time just because I didn't feel like reaching back and putting it on. All right. I actually might need to move this label over because I noticed that I did my... All right. So in here, we are all the way planted to over here. So like the first beam, I know where to start back. Grab this. When I take out these plants, I'll have all the rest of that space, and all the rest of that space will more than likely go towards some type of green, like collard green or something like that. Let me just take these labels out because I could probably reuse them. Get my gloves. And all right. So, okay. Let me just lower you down a little bit. So I'm still looking back here from time to time. I want to try to harvest these peppers, like I said, as much as I can. But while I'm in here today, this is dead leaf here. I'm essentially looking at which of these plants I could kind of cut back some more, because I cut them back yesterday. Oh, so this one I already cut yesterday. I have a lot of fruit up top, so that's that. And I can get back there to them, so I'm not too worried about it. This I cut a lot. There are no fruit on this vine, so I'm just gonna cut this all the way back, just so it's not, oh, I was wrong. There was one here. So yeah, Rich is saying I pulled the billion peppers yesterday. Do I have more to pull today also? Yes, I do. Am I gonna do it today? I'm not sure yet. Let me just show you. So yeah, I pulled a lot of peppers yesterday, but I'm gonna pick up the camera and kind of like put it down. So check out, see all these peppers? They're like hidden by like all the leaves and stuff, but like there's still a ton more of the purple reaper peppers, and because it's so tall, I'm like standing on something so I can kind of try to reach in the back and get to it. What I think I'm gonna do is like maybe trim the tops of them off so that I could actually get down in there. So you see it's like I'm standing on something to get to the top of it, but like it's tall and I can't get to all the ones in the back because it's so tall and it's like in the way. So, and then I think I explained it yesterday. So this is a purple reaper and it's ready. You see it has the stinger on there, but when they start out, they change color as time goes along, and it's perfectly fine. So this is also the same purple from the same plant, but as you see, it starts out like this, but they they keep maturing, they turn this color. I'm actually gonna come out of here now because I think I just disrupted a bunch of bees and I don't want to get stung. So yeah, there's more to pull. I'm just not gonna do it today because I did a big pull yesterday. But being in here and looking down at my seedlings that I have here, that is a good reminder that I need to go and put some water on these seedlings that I have here that I don't want to die. I think I was supposed to do it yesterday and I just didn't. So you see these? I need to go and put some water on them. So that'll be one of the things that I'll do today as soon as the stream is over and I start watering everything in. I probably could do it while I'm on stream, but I'll be just walking around with the water hose. I did trim, look at this. I did trim the purple basil. So you see it's not as full because I took a ton of it off the other day. Maybe I'll post it. And then if I move this purple reaper plant over, you'll see that I have some pretty big bell peppers growing back there. Even this leaf is in the way, even like right there. So I'm waiting for those bell peppers to get ready. So yeah. So we got our beet seeds in, we got more radish seeds in, we got parsnips in. We trimmed out some things. So yeah, I think we feel pretty accomplished this morning with everything that we've done. Now I need to go on the inside and see what other seeds I could possibly plant and see where the space is to plant more stuff. Let me not leave my scissors in here. And I need to make sure I water everything. And I think I wanted to pull out some more plants today. I don't know if I have time, but we'll see. So I'm gonna get on this good step stool over here. Nobody laugh at me. I'm getting on the step stool so that I could, oh, I need to harvest these okra. So when I pass a place in the garden where I need to do something and I look over at it, it reminds me. So let me sit you guys down. Hopefully you can see it pretty good here. So I'm gonna see, I have a bunch of okra back there. I don't want it to fall. Okay, here we go. Wind blowing here. So I think you're supposed to pick your okra when it gets to be about 4 inches or so. So this isn't quite 4 inches, but I'm gonna pick it anyway because if I leave it on here for too many more days, it'll get too big. I should have got my shears because these scissors aren't really that sharp. So I'm just gonna pull out some okra. This one right here. So that's 2. I know I saw another one. Here we go. It's 3. There's one over in the back that I gotta try to get to. And then there's one up top here that I could pick off. Okay, so just check in, make sure there are no more. So I have a lot more okra coming, but this is just to give you like a little view of what I was able to get today. So we got 5 okra today. I'll figure out something to do with them this week. I'm definitely gonna cook them this week. So 1 picking, 5 okra, can't complain. So that was that. Then I'm gonna come in here. Let me just try to pull this table a little bit closer. I'm gonna hop on this good step stool over here and grab these cherry tomatoes off. Some are good, some are bad because I just wasn't able to get to the top. So let's see. I don't want to leave my tools out. All right. So let's start from the bottom and try to grab. This one fell. Something started eating it on the inside. Let me just move this stuff out of the soil first because I don't want any seeds to do nothing over here. I'm gonna put them over here. I'll get rid of them. Is my okra better than what they got in Church's chicken? Absolutely, because it's homegrown. Homegrown stuff always tastes better. If anybody in the chat is a gardener, right, and you grow your own stuff, testify in the chat and tell them why homegrown veggies taste better than anything that you could buy in the store. So it looks like most of us are saving our seeds to grow veggies for the next year. Thank everybody for participating in the chat. Good morning, Spencer. Good morning, good morning. If you're a gardener, please tell me what gardening zone you are in. And if you are growing a garden, you're going to have to be the Church's is Kank. Man, Church's chickens don't got nothing on homegrown stuff, okay? So I'm going to use this step stool, make sure it's pretty. And I'm just getting up here just because I want to move off any of the dead tomatoes. Toss them over to the side. Some of them are good and I could keep it. This one is split. Got to get rid of it. Ew, it was a bug that was in this one. This one is split. Okay. So this is, I'm gonna say something that's kind of crazy. I'm on a step stool, but I gotta stand on my tippy toes on the step stool to grab those up there because I'm that short. So it's okay though. All right. Homegrown radishes are sweeter. There you go. Look at the shorty harvesting. Yes, I am a shorty. Proud of it. So I got some cherry tomatoes here to add to my collection indoors. Maybe I'll make myself a good little stir fry with some stuff. There we go. So Chanel is saying food from the garden definitely tastes better than anything you can buy. It's fresh and full of nutrients because it's not wrapped up in plastic and sitting on the shelf for weeks. See, Rich, I'm trying to tell you, fresh grown stuff is way better than anything you can buy in a store. You heard it here first, since you act like Church's chicken is something. But look, anything that you grow yourself and you don't have to worry about what they're spraying on it, what they're doing to preserve it. Like, just think about it. When people buy stuff out of the store, what do they have to spray on that stuff to get it to last for that long through shipping and all the other stuff? So, yeah. So, yeah, you buy stuff out the store because it's convenient, but it's healthier if you grow it. That's pretty much what I'm trying to get you to see here. If you grow it, it's just healthier because you don't have to worry about what all they're putting in it to make it have a better shelf life. We got the doc in the chat who can probably say that I'm absolutely correct in what I say here about homegrown versus garden. Right? So let me just go in here, grab out some more of these tomatoes that I can reach. So yes, so Vanessa was here yesterday. The strawberries she had here, they were sweeter than what you have in the store. They were, as she would say, they were fire. All right. So. All right. There was a little Roma tomato ready on the other plant, so we're gonna grab that out. I gotta move this step stool around a little bit. Try to get up here. Ew, there was something sticky on that one. I don't like that. What the heck is that? No, not at all. You can taste the love. Feeding the soul. That's right, Clinton. All right. So let me just move some of this stuff around. I'm messing with the bees at this point because now they're coming out. They're coming for me today. So the reason why I moved the string is so that I could essentially step back here and grab the rest of these tomatoes. This one's split. without that string barrier. All right. Oh man, this one split as I took the stem off of it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and eat it now so I don't waste it. Super sweet tomato. Okay. So as you can see, the tomato vines were growing all the way in the back of that trellis thing there, so I just grabbed them from the back side. So yeah, pretty big, juicy, tasty tomatoes here. I think I got most of them. Later today, I'll come out here and prune with the shears. Well, yeah. I'm trying to see if I have any more space. So the reason why I don't want to plant seeds where the tomatoes are going to go right now is because when I pull the tomato bushes up, I don't know how far the roots traveled. And if I put down seeds and then I come back and I pull out the tomato plant, it might disturb where the seeds germinate and everything like that. So that's essentially why I'm not putting seeds down there today. But there's a section over here where I have a ornamental Thai pepper plant. It can't take the cool weather, so the leaves and everything are falling off of it and it's dying out. So I hate to say goodbye to the Thai pepper plant, but if you want to know about the Thai pepper plant, make sure you stay tuned. We're going to drop a video soon to do a plant spotlight on it. I'm going to pull it out, and that's the end of the Oriental Thai pepper plant. In front of it where the okra plants are, and on the side of it where we had the old tomato plant, I am going to come in and that's going to be a part of my garden section, just be a part of the carrot section, just because I know that the soil there is fairly loose, so I can get away with it. And I'm going to have to move some of the marigolds around. Maybe I'll just relocate them since they're still going pretty strong from the back to the front. So the marigolds are going to move from that section, and I'm going to put carrots there. So carrots are going in later today. But while we're on stream, Vanessa, if you're still here, does your mom want the green little Thai peppers? I think that you could still use them when they're green if they're not fully mature, but if not, they could probably go in the compost. Let me try to clean up this string here because I can't put the string in the compost either. It's got to go in the garbage. So let's go, and before we end the stream today, let me just go in and I'll show you the Thai pepper plant. I'm gonna pick off any of the peppers that are on it. So here we go, this little tiny plant here. You see that the leaves have been fallen and stuff like that, so it's time to say goodbye to this plant. It was nice knowing you, and here we go. I'm just gonna give it one good pull because I don't think the roots are that deep. Let's see. All right. Nope. Don't fall. Don't fall. All right. Let's just try it this way. All right. Much better. So I'm just going to give it a tug. Move my little stake that I had, helping keep it grounded here. And yep, just like I said, still has a pretty good root ball here. I could have probably overwintered it, but I'm going to take this inside maybe and take all the red peppers off and even some of the green peppers because they can be used. And that's the end of this ornamental Thai pepper plant. Like I said, I need the space. This section here is going to have carrots in it, so sometimes you just have to know when to call it, and it was time to call it with this plant. But I'm going to sit it over to the side so that later today I can go in and take all the little peppers off because they might be able to be used. So let's just move it over to the side, and I won't discard that plant yet. And let me grab my stake. And I could put it back where the rest of my garden tools are. So we've been online for going close to 2 hours today. Thank you everybody for joining. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you go in and subscribe. I'm stream mostly on the weekends just due to the week being very busy. But thank you for joining me. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, and make sure you follow the content. If you have any questions about anything that you see on the channel, just drop a comment. I always come back and respond or give you a thumbs up or some type of interaction with you. I like to be very transparent. I do not think I know everything, but I do know a lot. So happy gardening, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy football Sunday for those of you that are logging off to go prepare for football for today. And go Texans. And thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time. So stay tuned. We have some stuff dropping this week, and we got a lot done in the garden this morning. Thank you. Yes, we did, Chanel. And I'm not reading that comment. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Hopefully you were tuned in and watching everything that we were doing. So everything that we did this weekend in the garden, we got a lot done. Stay tuned because I'm going to do a video of what happened in September that should be dropping pretty soon. And I will see you guys next weekend. We may not be live streaming next weekend because we'll be in Pennsylvania, or we'll figure out how we can live stream from Pennsylvania. We're going to go visit the Cousin Q project. So let's everybody happy growing, happy gardening, happy creating if you're making stuff from your garden. And we will see you all, if not next week in Pennsylvania with Cousin Q, then definitely the week after, or maybe I'll try to do a live stream in between since I won't see you guys next weekend. So happy gardening, and I'll see you guys next weekend.